Hi everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Andrew Discusses. Now, I'm taking a break from that 4-part episodic series of mine, and don't worry, it's still coming out. There's only one part left though anyway, but still. I'm taking a break from that so I can talk about something that's kind of near and dear to me. And that is and I really don't want to say like all the other YouTubers did, but the ever-changing landscape here. Mostly because I've seen a lot of YouTubers announcing that their channels are going to be slowing up as they themselves search for a more better future, and that's fine and understandable. I mean, nobody's going to get rich off of YouTube. But that's what I want to talk about today. See, monetization and YouTube have been two things that have kind of gone hand in hand with each other for the last few years, especially since a majority of people jumped on the bandwagon after they realized, hey, I can just record myself in front of a camera for 6 hours and not have to do anything and just pop it up on YouTube and make a crap ton of money. However, that's what I want to talk about. See, that seems to be a growing trend that just gets worse and worse and worse. And yes, it doesn't exactly get any better, but that's what I want to talk about today on Andrew Discusses, if you're willing to join me on this little adventure. It's going to be okay, I promise. Okay, so monetization as far as YouTube is concerned, or what people think and what it actually is. Now, here's the basicness of it, I should just say it. YouTube is not a place to get rich. Everyone will tell you that. It's sort of like that old saying, you don't get rich writing a book. It's true, you don't. Now, yes, there are exceptions to the rules, but those exceptions should be taken as they are. Exceptions. They don't happen all the time. They're one-offs. Just because a couple of people have massive success and flaunt the hell out of it doesn't necessarily mean that you yourself will have that same modicum of success. It does take a lot of hard work and effort to get to maximum efficiency and maximum payout. Recently, Negative Legend announced that his channel is going to be doing a massive change since he'll soon be graduating and will be looking for a job in the real world. And most recently, another YouTuber that I know just recently found a job, so they themselves will be quote-unquote having their channel slow up as well. And that's fine. This isn't exactly something that can be done long-term. This is sort of like a stepping stone. A place where you can find yourself, so to speak. Hell, I'm still finding myself on here. I originally started out on YouTube doing comedy, and now I rant about stuff, and I do some reviews every now and then, and I host a podcast that I put up here every week. So it's not exactly something that flat out 100% should be looked at as you're going to make a crap ton of money here. It's never the case. In all honesty, you're lucky if you make maybe 10, 15 bucks. That's a miracle. If you make a couple dollars, that's a godsend. If your channel or your video gets a shit ton of views, consider yourself lucky. Look, I know I'm not trying to discourage anybody from doing YouTube videos. I'm really not. This is a fun place, and it is a good idea to get your feet wet. This allows you to experience a more wider world. This is a place where if you want to get heavily into the film industry, you can get your feet wet right here. A majority of people usually say start off doing like indie films and stuff like that. And while that is true, this is a good place to start getting your feet wet, figuring out editing and analytics and stuff like that. Figuring out both the production side, the marketing side, and all the other things in between. That, though, can be a bit overwhelming for most newcomers. They just figure, put up a video, and I get money. That doesn't work like that anymore. With YouTube removing monetization rights for a majority of channels that don't meet a certain criteria. Now, in all honesty, this is something that really should have been implemented when they started. And while I'm a little disheartened at the fact that it does eliminate a tremendous amount of people and they have to work themselves up to that, at the same time, it is a double-edged sword in a way, whereas those people couldn't monetize their videos anymore that were skirting on a free ride, and now the ones that were trying to monetize their videos have to basically try harder. That's not saying this is a bad idea or that it was a horrible idea on YouTube's part. They had to do something in the wake of the incidents that were happening for some of their higher up and higher tier content creators. So it's not something that I'm entirely pissed off about, but I understand why they had to do it. Now, at the same time, though, nobody coming into YouTube should be thinking, I can make a crap ton of money just putting up videos. This takes a lot of work. Even I'm not making any money on this. I basically, right now, I'm doing this for fun. This is a way for me to relax and get my feet wet doing other stuff so that I can work on some skills that I could possibly use for other things. I have a part-time job. I work 2 days a week if I'm lucky, 3 normally, and during the holidays, I'm busy as hell. But on top of that, I get rid of some stuff on eBay. I sell some stuff on Craigslist. I put some stuff up now on LetGo. I'm thinking about trying to get into that Facebook marketplace. So I am working on getting some extra money coming in by other means. I don't look to YouTube to be a standard 100% I'm going to make money here. This is a flat out, I'm lucky just to have my videos get on. And I don't get that many views for my stuff anyway. I'm lucky if I get maybe 10, 20 views per video. I'm ecstatic at that. I've had one video blow the hell up and got like 3,000 plus views, and that was one video. And that took like a month to get that high. It hit like 500, I think, within like a couple days. But still, that takes a long time. I'm still getting comments on some of my older videos, and I love that. That proves that my stuff does exist and that people are watching it, even ones that are new to the channel. I welcome that. That's a good thing. But people that are coming into YouTube shouldn't be looking to this as a means to bankroll themselves for eternity. Even most mid-core and moderate YouTubers have a part-time job. They don't dedicate themselves to this fully. Now, I know somebody out there is going to ask, well, what do they do? What do those higher up ones do that they're getting all that money? Merchandising. They'll sell t-shirts that they make themselves, designs that they make themselves, products that they make themselves, or that they team up with like that 4 imprint that they just slap their logo on it and then they sell that. Pat the NES Punk did a couple books detailing old NES and SNES games. It's stuff like that that they do to get themselves more money. A lot of them do a Patreon where you basically agree to pay X amount per month and you basically are funding them to do videos. So there is that. On top of that, and the hugest thing here that a majority of them usually get is paid sponsorship. Whereas they'll have a video, but somebody will have paid them money to pitch their product or their thing in that video. Odin Abbott, the one over at Odin Makes, is a good example. There are some videos where he, pitches like a mobile app, or he'll talk about this because it's paid sponsorship. Now, yes, I know that's just a cheaper way of copying out and away, but that's what it is. At the end of the day, that's how they make their money. They don't make a crap ton of it just putting videos up. Negative Legend explained this in his recent video where he said, I'm sad because his channel is going to be going from like massive content down to minimal. And the reason for why he said this is because YouTube isn't a place to make bank. If you're able to make X amount a month, that's a good thing. If you're able to pay your bills for said month, or at least put some off to help pay your bills, that's a good thing. But don't look to YouTube as your long-term bank. Andy Warhol once made a comment that said, everyone in the world will be famous for 15 minutes. That's it. Once those 15 minutes of fame are up, you're done. Now, some people do hold on to that fame for eternity, and some live on and just milk it till it dies. But everyone is famous for 15 minutes. So during those 15 minutes, you just have to figure out what you want to do. Now with YouTube, the content you make can get you higher views. There are some people that do a tremendous amount of good product placements, that they review stuff that wants you to go out and buy it. Or they're telling you, hey, this isn't worth your money, don't waste your money on it, but this is worth your money. Those are the ones that are worth their time and effort to check out. And those are the ones that probably do just do this for the sake of, hey, look, I'm going to make like maybe $20 by like a month and a half from now. Or, hey, look, I might make like X amount a month if I'm lucky. Those are the ones that technically do this, and they do it for people. I do this for fun, in a way. Yes, I have a way with words. I've been told that so many times growing up. But honestly, I don't do this to make money. I make nothing here. And I'm not alone. There are many other YouTubers that don't make a cent here. So I don't look to this as a way to bankroll me. Now, in all honesty, if I would be making anything on this, it would be in adjacent to my part-time job and the other things that I do to offset my finances, like eBay, Craigslist, and LetGo. All those are adding into paying off bills and expenses for the month. All that stuff adds up over time. Now, yes, I know, but you have a part-time job. Yes, and that was difficult for me to find. It took me 7 years to find a decent part-time job. I had one night job, and it was a temp job that lasted one night. In between that 7 years, between me graduating and me finding my part-time job, I had 7 years. Like I said, I work 2 days a week, 3 if I'm lucky, and then during the holidays, I'm busy as all hell. But that's the point. YouTube isn't exactly a place where you can make a crap ton of money. You're going to need something else. But this is a place where you can learn and get experience for other projects. Say you want to do something in the film industry, or you want to make like logos. This is a good place to learn ins and outs of what to do and what not to do. Things that, while schools will teach you this is how you should do it, YouTubers that know what they're doing with this can teach you some tips and tricks that they can't, because they have to teach you by the book. Now, granted, some will show you some hints and tips if they're good teachers, but a majority of them will probably just show you by the book stuff. Whereas YouTubers are like, look, you can use this program and doing this, and this, you can make this cool looking logo. So that's something you can do. You can practice editing, fixing up videos, marketing, and customer support by comments is a good thing to learn as well. All the skills that YouTubers are learning as they go along can actually be added to the real world. It's not something that can easily be, oh, well, you were a YouTuber, you're useless to us. While you can't really put it down on a resume, you could try, good luck with that. You could look at this and go, look, I have some customer support experience. You know, I did do some customer support stuff with YouTube or my channel. Like, I'll talk and I do comments. So you know how to interact with people. So you could look for an entry-level customer service job where you don't need a mountain of experience to get hired, and you can work your way up from there using the skills that you got from YouTube. If you'd want to do stuff where you have to make videos, you can use the skills that you got processing, editing, and fixing up your own videos to make that stuff work too. It just depends upon what it is you want to do. Now, like I said, YouTube is a good place to learn and grow and do a lot of other stuff. And it's a fun environment, provided it's done correctly and it's well taken care of. But that doesn't mean that you should consider this a mainstay for a job. This isn't a job. Now, some people can make it their job and they put out a video or two a day and they're X amount long and they actually do a lot of work on it. But at the end of the day, if there's not a lot of views, if it's not very well done, or if it's not very well received, they're not going to watch it. Most content that's overly hyped and overly done usually bottoms out at about 10 minutes. that people will want to watch it. And it's not the creator's fault, and it's not the viewer's fault. It's just that mainstay that a majority of people have. It's called a low attention. If something starts becoming repetitious, they stop watching. I've noticed it in my own videos from time to time where my views will go from like here and then 14 seconds later, it's like here's the peak and here's bottomed out. And it does that because I'm basically doing the same thing over and over and over again. And that's what it is. At the end of the day, that's all it is, basically. There's no way around it. But that doesn't mean you should be discouraged. YouTube is a great place. I mean, you can put up gaming videos and make yourself into a gamer. Granted, there are thousands of other ones, but that's the thing. YouTube is sort of like that giant joke that everybody wants to tell. It's multiple jokes. I shouldn't really say YouTube is a joke, but YouTube's sort of like a comedy club. And every single creator that does their own thing is basically a comedian. And you have a new one that comes in and they look at this and go, hey, I like that joke. Mind if I try that in my act? And if the comedian says no, which you figure anybody would probably say no, but YouTube, you can have 60 different reviews. You could have 70 gamers. They're not going to say no. I mean, they look at you and go, look, there's an unspoken rule. You don't do what we do. But that's BS anyway. But it all depends upon the punchline. So let's say that one person's an avid gamer on YouTube. I mean, they have a mountain of subscribers. They have views out the ass. New person comes in. They're more engaging, more funny. They crack some jokes, do some like voiceover stuff while they're playing the game, interact with people. They do that stuff. All of a sudden, Gamer A is going to be losing views and subscribers because they're going to go to Gamer B because that person is more engaging. They can, they're getting a chuckle out of watching it. They like that content versus what Gamer A was doing. So now Gamer B is getting more and more views and Gamer A is dropping. That's pretty much what YouTube is. Everybody is going to be replaced. It goes back to my Andy Warhol quote where everyone will be famous for 15 minutes. That's basically it. Someone is going to come around at some point, do what you do, and do it better. No one in the world is perfect, and no one in the world can ever hold one thing for eternity. Everyone has their highs and lows, and everyone does, in a way, shape, or form, actually improve themselves upon it. It doesn't matter how good you think you are, someone is always going to be better. There's always going to be somebody better than me. I admit it. There's always going to be somebody that's more spoken than I am. There's going to be somebody that can speak better than I can. There's always going to be someone out there who is better at something. And YouTube is a place where they can all gather together. That doesn't mean that, oh, well, they're going to take all my money. They're going to take, all my views. I'm going to be screwed. No, because this isn't a job. It should never be seen as one unless you want it to be a job. Unless you purposely make this your career, which you could do in a way, depending on what you put up, but it's not a solid career. Like I said, most of the higher up YouTubers have sponsorships, products, and other things that they do to offset expenses. They don't make a crap ton of money. I'm going back to the Negative Legend video. He basically said that like every 10,000 views is $1. $1 per 10,000 views. Now, I think he was estimating it, and I'm really hoping that he was. That's really sad if it's true. But basically, if you hit like 100,000 subscribers, that's $10. Or like, yeah, that's like $10. So it's not a valid way to make money, but at the same time, you're gaining skills that can help you down the road. So while you may not be doing a crap ton and making money, that shouldn't discourage you from not doing it. Just don't think of it as I'm gonna be rich. Just because some celebrities and some YouTubers have made money here doesn't mean that you're going to make a crap ton. Not all YouTubers are rich. I did a rant video on this, and it's still true today as it was back then. No YouTubers are rich. Every single one of us at some point is going to be poor. Or we are poor, but we make just enough to keep our heads above water. So that stuff does happen. But anyway, yeah. But let me know what you got to think, though, in the comment section below. Let's get a good discussion going. Do you like the fact that, monetization is the way it is here on YouTube? Do you think it should be a little different? What are your thoughts and opinions? So let me know. Let's get a good discussion going here in the comments. And by the way, again, this video is not earmarking anybody. It's not geared towards anybody. This is just a general discussion here. I'm just using a couple examples as to why things change on YouTube over time. 90% of it is the fact that people need money to survive. We need, finances. We don't live in the Star Trek world where apparently money doesn't exist, but yet it does. But I'm not getting into that. But anyway, let me know. I'm not going to get into that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let's get a good discussion going. And until next time, I'm Andrew. I'll catch you later. Bye.